Thomas was a 72-year-old man who walked near the lake every morning. He had done this ever since his wife Ellie passed away. The walks helped him feel close to her. She used to walk with him, holding his hand, both of them smiling with coffee in their hands. Now he walked alone. One cold morning, the lake was covered in fog. Everything felt quiet. Too quiet. As Thomas sipped his coffee, he noticed something strange floating in the water. A small boat, drifting slowly. It was unusual. This lake didn't have boats left out like that. Then he heard it. A small cry. Soft but real. It was coming from the boat. Thomas felt his heart beat faster. Is someone out there? He thought, but there was no one around. The ranger station was closed. His phone had no signal. Whatever was crying was all alone. Thomas had always been afraid of deep water. He never learned to swim, but something inside him told him he had to check that boat. He ran to the old boathouse and found a dusty rowboat. He grabbed oars, a life jacket, and pushed it into the cold water. The crying grew louder. The fog wrapped around him as he rowed toward the sound. When he reached the small boat, his heart broke. Inside was a tiny puppy, wet, shaking, and silent now, just staring at him with big, sad eyes. The puppy didn't bark or move. It was too weak. Its fur was dirty. Its paws looked hurt. There was no food, no collar, only an old towel and some newspaper. Thomas wrapped the puppy in his coat and whispered, "You're safe now. I've got you." He rowed back to shore as fast as he could. The puppy's little heartbeat fluttered against his chest. Thomas drove straight to the vet, holding the pup tightly all the way, whispering, "Stay with me, little one." At the clinic, he rushed in. "I found him on the lake," he said. "Please help." The vet took the puppy right away. Thomas sat waiting, scared and shaking. Finally, the vet came out. "He's alive," she said gently, but just barely. The puppy was very sick, cold, hungry, and weak, but he had a chance to live. "Would you like to keep him?" the vet asked. Thomas didn't even think. "Yes," he said. And just like that, something inside Thomas changed. He named the puppy Scout. At home, Thomas cleaned out a room for Scout. He fed him with his hands. Scout wouldn't eat from a bowl yet. He didn't trust anything. But slowly, very slowly, he started to heal. Days turned into weeks. Scout followed Thomas around the house. When Thomas made breakfast, Scout sat nearby. When Thomas read by the fire, Scout curled up beside him. The lake no longer felt cold and lonely. It felt like a place of hope. One day, a woman on the trail asked, "Is that the dog from the boat?" "Yes," Thomas said. "I saw the boat," she whispered. The community began to care about Scout, and Thomas too. But life wasn't easy. Scout had health problems. Thomas didn't give up. He wrote down every symptom in a notebook. He made plans. He started selling old things to pay for treatment. People helped. A local clinic gave them a discount. A school raised money. Someone even sent a handmade quilt with Scout's face on it. Slowly, Scout got better. He learned to eat from a bowl. He wagged his tail. He even barked at a squirrel once, making Thomas laugh harder than he had in a year. Thomas took out the same rowboat and returned to the middle of the lake. He held Scout close and whispered, "This is where you were left, and this is where I started over." He cried, but not in sadness, in peace. Back home, Scout slept soundly. No more nightmares. He trusted Thomas completely. Years passed. Scout got older. He walked slower, but he still followed Thomas everywhere. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more heart-touching stories every week.